Hey guys, it's Kip from Famous by Friday Pickleball. I have a few thoughts about the chainsaw serve. We've been hearing a lot about it lately, whether it should be legal or illegal, or if changes should be made to the rules next year involving the chainsaw serve. So I kind of got to thinking about it a little bit. The chainsaw serve is kind of evolving, and a lot more people are trying it. I've tried it. I've tried to return it. If you do it well, it's really hard to return. We all know that you spin it with your hand and then you hit it depending on which way you put the spin on. So if you put the spin on in this rotation, you want to hit it in this rotation. It exaggerates the spin, so when it hits, it really takes off. Same on the other side. You want to cut it and then cut it again. It really makes it hit, it really makes it jump out. And it's pretty low and fast. So not only is it low ball, but you really got to decide, which way it's going to go. Now, you can pick up which arm goes up when they spin it. The server spins it. You can be watching that to get an idea of which way it's going to go. There are some ways to combat that. You can kind of narrow it down to one side or the other. But it may not spin at all, it may go straight. So it's another thing that you have to be aware of. So it got me thinking, as the US Open tennis tournament was on TV this week, and I was watching the tennis tournament a little bit, and the evolution of tennis, you had the wood rackets and you had the metal rackets, and you had, graphite and the composite rackets, and it really changed tennis. Tennis has almost become, especially on grass courts, almost the best server wins. It's a one and done sport a lot of times. There's still rallies, but there's not the strategic maneuvering of the past. Now every sport has evolved, no matter what sport it is. Pickleball's the same. The paddles are getting more advanced, the balls are changing. People are looking for different ways to attack. It's evolving. It's a relatively young sport. It's still evolving. So, but do we want it to become a one and done like tennis is almost? Now, will people catch up with the chainsaw serve? Yes, most likely. But do we want it to happen like that? You only have a limited amount of time to react in pickleball. And that got me thinking once again, after watching tennis, thinking about maybe baseball or tennis, either one. In baseball, in pro baseball, you've got 0.49 seconds to decide whether you're going to swing at a baseball or not. The baseball's traveling that fast, but it's only going to a plate 17 inches wide. I mean, it can go outside that zone, but it's a relatively tight area. You've still got a very short time to react. Tennis, the square that you serve it to, different from pickleball, as we know, the square that you serve into is further up, so it's a huge angle. So not only is the ball traveling very fast, but there's a huge angle. But the distance is further, so we're 70 feet, I believe, if I remember correctly. You have this big angle, but you've got time to cover it. You can back up. Once again, you've got time. Pickleball's a little bit different, and it's a tight court. It's 40 feet probably by the time, by the spot the ball bounces. The court's 44 feet long. You don't have a huge area. It's only 10 foot wide, so you don't have to worry about this big giant angle. But in baseball, you've got a ball that's white. It's got these red seams, and you're picking up the spin. In tennis, you've also got seams in a tennis ball, and you've also got a logo to help pick up the spin of the ball. In pickleball, there's not a logo, there's nothing discernible on the covering to help you pick up that ball and pick up the spin, unless you've got great vision and can see the holes as it flies over. it makes it tougher to pick up the spin than it does in other sports. It's still not impossible. Like I said, I've tried it. I've tried to return it. I don't really have an opinion here one way or the other. I'm just more anxious to hear, you guys' thoughts and what you think. If you tried it, if you tried to return it. My concern is I don't want it to become a one and done sport where the best server wins. Pickleball is very inclusive. It doesn't know from age. It doesn't know from gender. It doesn't know when anybody can be good at this sport. And that's why it's such a great sport. That's why there's so many people that play it, and more people all the time. Anybody can be good at it. Do we want it to become that? But then again, will we evolve like every other sport and just get better? And that brings up another question, what's next? But along those lines, it's almost, we've all been at this rec play or tournaments when you've got somebody serving and the paddle never goes below their waist. And we know how tough that is to return. You might as well be serving overhead. Why put on a show at least going, down at their side? It's tough to return. So it's just an interesting question. I've kind of read the articles on it, read the web pages, the thoughts, and watched YouTube videos. It's a fascinating kind of thought on where this is going. So I really want to just put some random thoughts out there and see kind of what you guys' thoughts are as well. And if you've tried it, if you've returned it, what it was like. So thanks for stopping by. Please hit like, please hit subscribe. Give me your thoughts. I'd love to hear them. I'd love to hear your thoughts on where you think this sport might go next. It's kind of a fascinating thought. So anyway, thanks guys. Get out, play pickleball. Have a great time. Thanks for stopping by.